In this segment, we will explore the notion of participatory culture and focus on the work of scholar Henry Jenkins. Before you view this segment, please read the short article and view the TED Talk on participatory culture by Jenkins. The links to these two resources are found in your course outline and on the next slide for your convenience. Please view the material on the links before you proceed. In his book, Fans, Bloggers and Gamers, Jenkins, 2006, defines participatory culture as the ability to transform personal reaction into social interaction. In the 1980s, Louise Rosenblatt's notion of responding to literature was very popular in schools. Students wrote personal responses to books, poems and stories, and even to the occasional movie shown in class on the VCR. With the advent of the internet, where everyone is connected, that personal response can now be shared with the world, and students can work with people whom they've never met in person, not just the student sitting in the desk next to them in class. Jenkins defines participatory culture as one, with relatively low barriers to artistic expression and civic engagement, with strong support for creating and sharing one's creations with others, with some type of informal mentorship whereby what is known by the most experienced is passed along to novices, where members believe that their contributions matter, and where members feel some degree of social connection with one another, or at least they care about what other people think about what they have created. A participatory culture is a culture with relatively low barriers to artistic expression and civic engagement, strong support for creating and sharing one's creations, and some type of informal mentorship whereby what is known by the most experienced is passed along to novices. A participatory culture is also one in which members believe their contributions matter and feel some degree of social connection with one another, or at least they care about what other people think about what they have created. Forms of participatory culture include affiliations, memberships, formal and informal, in online communities centered around various forms of media, such as Friendster, Facebook, message boards, metagaming, game clans, or MySpace. Expressions: producing new creative forms such as digital sampling, skinnying and modeling, fan video making, fan fiction writing, zines, and mashups. Collaborative problem solving: working together in teams, formal and informal, to complete tasks and develop new knowledge, such as through Wikipedia, alternative reality gaming, and spoiling. Circulations: for shaping the flow of media, such as podcasting and blogging. Jenkins identifies three major challenges for educators related to developing the key competencies they will need for successful participation in society. The participation gap. It's the unequal access to the opportunities, experiences, skills and knowledge that will prepare youth for full participation in the world of tomorrow. The transparency problem. It's the challenges young people face in learning to see clearly the ways that media shape perceptions of the world. The ethics challenge. The breakdown of traditional forms of professional training and socialization that might prepare young people for their increasingly public roles as media makers and community participants. Jenkins argues that more work needs to be done in an educational context to ensure that all students develop in requisite new skills that he lists at the end of the article. Take a look at this list of new skills and consider ways that you might help your students develop them in your educational context. The notion of fan fiction, expressions whether in writing or in multimedia, such as video, created by the fans of an original work rather than by the original author or creator, did not emerge with the internet. In fact, people have been responding to their favorite books, TV shows, or movies for decades. Think about the huge Star Trek fan base that is still going strong. However, the internet has made it much easier to participate in what James Gee calls affinity spaces, where people come together with like-minded individuals to role-play, discuss, debate, or create collaboratively and share their results. You can read more about how gamers, as one example, use websites, forums, wikis, and blogs to extend their experiences with particular games in Henry Jenkins' 2006 book, Fans, Bloggers, and Gamers, excerpts of which can be found at the link on the slide. For discussion online this week, choose a favorite book, TV show, movie, comic, video game, or cartoon near and dear to your heart, and find out what kind of fan sites online are based on it. A good place to begin your search is www.fanfiction.net. Do a brief analysis of the sites to see what happens there and how people collaborate, share, and otherwise engage with material. The example on the slide is winteriscoming.net, which is a site dedicated to fans of the Game of Thrones series, which are both books and an HBO series. Although this site features news and rumors about the HBO series, there are many sites dedicated to the books as well. Be prepared to share what you find about your favorite media in the online discussion.